Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonathan Cohn, and today I have my review of the book Star Trek Titan, The Red King by Andy Mangels and Michael A. Martin. This is the second book in the Star Trek Titan series. I read the first book last month. That would be the book Taking Wing. And this is the series that shows Riker take command of the Titan that you see in Star Trek Nemesis and see him really start to command its crew and go out on voyages like it was promised to be. And so even though we never got a TV show of that, we have a book series of it. And I loved the first book. I have a full review on the channel already. It was a fantastic book. And so after reading this, it's very much a political thriller type story. I was like, ooh, I'm really excited to read The Red King. And it's by the same authors, Andy Mangels and Michael A. Martin, but they kind of switched billing. On the first book, Michael A. Martin's name goes first. On the second book, Mangels' name goes first, but it's the same author duo that does a lot of Star Trek books together. Anyway, while the first book was a political thriller, this book is very much an exploration slash we're stranded, we need to get back home type book. You see this type of storyline all the time in the original series for the exploration part and in Voyager for the stranded part. And so we see this type of storyline a lot, but it feels kind of like classic Star Trek, but with newer authors, and I really enjoyed it. It's not quite as good as the previous one, but it's enjoyable. The whole plot line regarding trying to get home, you knew they were going to get home at the end of the book, but because at the beginning of the book they kind of know how to get back. They figure it out super quick. But the book is about what are they going to do while they are still in this kind of area of space they've never been to. And so instead it becomes, what do you do with the time that's been given to you? And so the crew has to decide, are we going to put our lives on the line and help out these people that are in distress? Or are we going to hightail it home and be safe? And so that kind of theme was very good in this book. There's also themes about trusting your enemies, because the Romulans and the Romulans and Klingons from the first book are present in here. They also got stranded down here, and they're acting the same way as if they had been in the Alpha Quadrant, but they're desperate to get home. And it's those themes about trusting your allies versus not trusting your allies were really solid in the book. And my two standout characters were Frayne, who is the man from the local people, the Nail, or the Nile, however you pronounce it. And then I also really thought that Donatra, who is the Romulan woman who is the commander of the fleet, I thought she was also a very strong character here. There is a storyline with Tuvok and Akar, which, by the way, that is a horrible wig on the actor there. But between Tuvok and Akar, or I think the correct pronunciation is Akar, but I'm going to call him Akar because I've always thought of that. Anyway, they have this history, and you have a chapter entirely devoted to their history and their backstory. I thought that chapter was the best chapter in the book. I thought it was genius. And then the rest of their story in the present it's okay. It's fine. But their backstory was 10 out of 10 amazing backstory. And then I do have some criticisms. I think that the character work of the Titan crew was pretty lean here. I don't think it was pretty strong. I also think that the book had some moments where it just wasn't as entertaining. When they go to the place around 2/3 point in the book where they're trying to get the people evacuated from one planet to this kind of asteroid slash other place. I don't want to give away spoilers, but when they're trying to evacuate the people, it kind of dragged a little bit. And even though storyline was happening, it was an interesting storyline happening, if that makes sense. And so it didn't get going again until the end of the book when everything's coming to a head and they're trying to get back home. And so the book did have some weaknesses there, as I said, and those are pretty significant areas to have weaknesses, but my overall experience with the book was it was enjoyable. So I'm going to give it like a 7 out of 10. It's not an amazing Star Trek book by any means, but it is entertaining. I'll give it that. And I think it's a pretty good book. It is on the sense of I'm glad I read it, and I'm really excited to continue on with the series. So far, there's not been a bad book in the Titan series. So just two. So let's see how the rest of the books stack up. So if you've read Titan Taking Wing, or the Red King, The Red King, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And until next time, I'm Jonathan, and thank you for watching.